Hello, everyone, and welcome back one week more to another episode of our Out of the Box International podcast series. I'm your host, Enrique Martos, and today I'm thrilled to introduce the second pillar of our strategy for 2023-2025, alternative democracies, which roots at the very core of our mission and vision, and it couldn't be more timely with all the different circumstances surrounding and shaping the EU. For example, the EU elections next year, demonstrations, armed conflicts, and so on. At Out of the Box International, we believe that exploring alternative forms of democracy is crucial in today's world. Improvement and acceleration of the sustainable development goals of the 2030 agenda. We believe in strengthening democratic youth participation and engagement at multi-level of governance. However, to achieve that, we need to reimagine and reinvent democratic processes to ensure that inclusive, responsive, and effective. To shed some light on the incredible work and projects that Out of the Box is undertaking in these endeavors, we have a special guest with us today, Auguste Taruškaitė, project officer at Out of the Box International, who is directly involved in shaping and implementing initiatives that challenge traditional models of participating in democratic life. Welcome, Auguste, and thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Could you start by telling us a bit about yourself and give an overview to our listeners on how Out of the Box can contribute to giving some alternatives to democracies to ensure that they are inclusive, diligent, and efficient for young people?
Right, so as you have mentioned before, I do work in project coordination for Out of the Box International. So basically, based in Brussels, we have plenty of initiatives that concern this idea that we have developed on the alternative democracies and how can we improve and how can we encourage people to participate and get engaged a little bit more from grassroots to international policy level. The question that you're asking about how we can encourage the people to and how we can improve this alternative democracies part, it's a very complicated one. And there are so many things that we can consider, from engagement of harder to reach people to advertising more on the fact that we are going down the path that is a little bit concerning with the things that are happening right now. We need to take into account the involvement of people in so many different exciting and engaging initiatives all over Europe. And also we need to keep in mind that the next European election is just around the corner. As much as I hate saying this phrase, it is actually very, very soon. And this is something that we are taking an interest to, and this is something that we're participating in.
Definitely. Also, another thing that we can do is thinking out of the box to make possible
making it possible, thinking out of the box. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also because we need to show to our youngsters that other form of involvement are possible. That is not this traditional just
Absolutely.
I throw my vote in the ballot box and see you in 4 years, you know.
Yes, this is a very exciting time indeed, in which we have so many opportunities for civic participation, let's call it. And in these times, there are so many possible directions that we can take, and there are so many possible solutions that we can apply. Consider this electronic voting, consider blockchain technology for participation, big data, gamification, and so on. It is quite exciting times, and this is something that we're very excited to go to.
Totally. We will go now on that path, because I would like to ask you if you could walk us a bit through the projects that have been carried out lately out of the box that could strengthen in young people different ways of democratic participation.
Absolutely. So I think that it will be best to speak about the three main projects that I was personally quite involved in, that do represent quite a lot of what we've been touching on, right? So first of all, we have the Rebuild project, which is the youth engagement, especially harder to reach youth engagement through local initiatives. We have had a partnership of people all over Europe and even a partner from Martinica, delivering and developing a system on how young people can engage mostly in sustainable lifestyle initiatives in order to encourage better engagement with the local societies, as well as this post-COVID-19 recovery that we're still going through. So we have recently closed the project with a massive conference in the European Parliament. We are quite happy to say that this project has started, I think, around 30 plus initiatives of young people. And these initiatives, they live on. So we have people in Lithuania doing rooftop gardens. We have people in Martinique using trash to make sustainable clothing. We have Cyprus people developing food banks, and I could go on and on. And this is quite an amazing initiative that will continue on for many years to come. Speaking about the other projects that we're doing, I would like to spotlight also the UPAD project. So basically, in essence, a system that we are creating for young people, educators, and policymakers, in which we're going to use big data solutions in order to encourage youth participation on more on the local level. Of course, continuing on to higher levels of participation through big data solutions. So basically developing big data platforms in which young people can decide from trends to implementation on things that they care about. So instead of usual participation, in which young people would get, let's say, 3 examples of initiatives that they could vote for, they get to decide from beginning to end what is important in their local communities and to participate on a more worthwhile level. And yes, so that's that. And finally, I guess it is quite important to touch on the Minecraft project that we are starting at this point. So I guess 2024 and 2025 is going to be quite exciting for us as well, because we are stepping more into this youth engagement through gamification type of direction, in which we are going to collaborate with cities of Riga, of Sandanski, and Faro. So that is Latvia, Bulgaria, Lithuania, and Poland, and also Portugal and Italy, and so on. There's, I think, around 10 partners who will be working on the municipal level in engaging youth to propose solutions for resilient cities through Minecraft. So basically, the young people will be farming their own initiatives and farming their own projects on how to make city spaces that are abandoned or unused into reality. So by the time of the end of the project, we are considering to have all of these projects already implemented by the municipalities.
Thank you so much, Auguste. I think it's really valuable how we are also trying to connect alternative ways of democratic participation and technology, as we can see, for example, in this Minecraft project. Thank you so much also for your nice stroll through the different projects.
Happy to be
Of
here.
course, of course, for your valuable reflections and introduction to out of the box mission and vision in relation to rebuilding democracies in the European Union. So thanks so much, Auguste.
Thank you.
And now I would like for our audience to understand better the impact of having a real democratic system. I would like to dive deeper as a jurist on the essential elements that revolve around its concept. So the first question might be that what is a democracy? Are we really living in one? Many people argue that most countries in the European Union are currently experiencing a form of partitocracy, where actually are political parties, aka private associative entities with public functions, who hold significant influence over the political landscape and decision making. That could sound familiar to you, right? So in response to that, there are growing advocacy for transitioning to a more direct and participatory democracy, like the French or English parliamentary system. This transition would involve opening a constituent process in each country of the European Union with the aim of replacing the proportional election system with block list set by the political party for a two-round majority system, introducing direct and diverse appointment of the president and deputies with the option of revocability of their mandate if they finally don't comply with their previous commitments. Such a shift is believed to have several potential benefits in terms of political and civic engagement for both the population and politicians, as well as the harmonization of the election systems around the member states of the European Union. We believe that the benefits could be the following. First of all, increase accountability and responsiveness would be the transitioning to a two-round majority system with direct appointments and revocability of mandates can lead to more accountability from the part of the politicians. Elected officials would be directly responsible to their constituents and could be removed if they fail to represent the interest effectively. This enhances the responsiveness of politicians to the needs and desires of the people that they represent. Second of all, we have the direct presidential election. That would mean that the direct appointment of the president strengthens the division of powers and allows citizens to have greater political engagement and a more direct say in choosing their head of state. This can increase civic engagement by making individuals feel more directly connected to the highest levels of government. Third of all is revocability of mandate could also empower citizens. So we are talking about citizen empowerment by giving them the mechanisms to hold their representatives accountable between elections. It also provides mechanisms to the political power to control the political power. politicians are incentivized to maintaining a strong connection with their constituents, as the threat of recall becomes a real possibility if they fail to do so. Therefore, it provides a very strong link and symbiosis between citizens and politicians. Four, we have reduced party dominance also. This switch would contribute to allow that, because transitioning away from partitocracy can weaken the control of political parties and interest on the political process. Delivering the public interest and reducing the influence of deep-root parties' interest could be really achieved through this switch. Five, the last but not least, we could find a higher voter turnout, because a more majoritarian system with direct appointments and revocability may encourage higher voter turnout, as citizens see the potential for their votes to have a more direct impact on the outcomes. This in turn can lead to a more engaged and informed society. As the move from a partitocracy to a more direct and accountable democratic system in Europe is a complex and multifaceted endeavor. It involves reimagining the political landscape to ensure the power truly resides with the people, and that their voices and concerns are at the forefront of the decision-making process in a bottom-up approach. Additionally, well-informed and engaged citizens are crucial for the success of a more direct and participatory democracy, as it requires active involvement in the political process. And that's exactly what we want to achieve with today's podcast. Promote a feasible, alternative, and real democracy, clearing out terms, differences, and highlighting the ultimate goals of a democracy and the rule of law. In this way, we will accelerate the progress towards the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and other international commitments. This has been intense, but it is just the beginning of our exploration into alternative democracies. Join us in this exciting journey as we navigate the complexities of this transformative shift. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking discussions in our Out of the Box International's podcast series. And of course, if you like it, subscribe, engage, and be part of the change. Until next time, this is your host, Enrique Martos, signing off for Out of the Box International Podcast Series. Goodbye.